it's okay. It's okay.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Everything good?
Yeah, everything's pretty good. Yeah.
Nice.
Enjoying October. How about you?
Waiting for a couple of grandkids in the next couple of weeks.
Really?
Yeah, which is why I'm usually in LA. Fridays we babysit our daughters, the Cantor and Stephen Y. So we're always in Shabbat there, but we're not this week because she's off, and so we stayed home. So I got to come here.
Oh, great.
I haven't been to Friday night services here in a year.
Oh, wow.
I've never been. I've been to one High Holy Day service here in 6 years.
Damn.
Because we're always up in LA. So it's nice to get
Yeah,
to
you too.
How's your mom?
I think she's okay.
How would you know?
Yep.
Check, check, check. One.
Yeah.
Sylvia Mann.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Can you hear through this one? Okay.
Hallelujah.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's so good to be together, and so I want to offer a Shabbat Shalom to everyone who is joining us here in our sanctuary, and a Shabbat Shalom to everyone who's joining us online, on Facebook and on YouTube, as well as on tilb.org, where you'll find a slightly higher quality live stream, as well as when we get to the sections of our service where we offer names for our healing prayer and our memorial prayer, our Mourner's Kaddish, we'll be able to offer those names out loud. But regardless of what platform you're on, I want to invite you to hop into the chat and just say a quick Shabbat Shalom to one another as we begin this holiday together. Well, I think, yeah, and I'll actually invite us to well, why don't we do that now? Go ahead. Why don't you find someone that you either haven't seen in a while or maybe you haven't met, and say Shabbat Shalom to them. Turn to one another. Let's welcome one another this holiday of Shabbat as we begin our holiday. Shabbat Shalom. Good to be with you. Yeah, welcome. I think you said that you, like, over there, but you had your bar mitzvah here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, before it was remodeled.
Nice. I know that changes of buildings can it feels weird, like you walk into a different space, but it's the same community.
Yeah,
Like,
that was totally my experience. Everything was just like nicer.
nice.
It was like so many familiar faces.
That's awesome. That's the hope is you can walk in the door and it's that space always.
Yep. Yeah.
Renewal is my intention. That's what's on my mind. All right, I'll teach you that. Okay, all right. Intentions before. Don't want to put you on the spot. Bill. Yeah. Well, first I want to note that this particular Shabbat we have a special gift. Not only the gift of Shabbat given to us from generations past, but knowing that one of the most meaningful and quickest, most powerful and deepest ways to enter the holiday is with music. We have our special musical Shabbat service for us this evening. Kol HaNeshama Shabbat. And to bring in this evening with music, we have the gift of Bill Shafton bringing in his music. Many of these pieces are written by Bill as well. And just to have your heart, your soul coming through on those very well-placed 6 strings, it's such a gift to have you, Bill, always. And Daniel, it's very good to have you here as well. 4 strings, just as beautiful. I know that this is, sorry? Right. They're bigger strings. Yeah, we won't go too far down that road. Yeah. I know in many ways that this is a bit of a homecoming, and I think that home can be embodied in a space, and it certainly is in many ways. But I also think that home is a feeling. It's something that you feel at certain moments, and you can be home halfway across the world. You can be at home in any place, and so as we enter Shabbat, as we begin this holiday, I want to quite simply welcome you into that space. And for all of us, we're starting a new year together. I don't know if you are like me at all, but when I get through Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, I feel that I've done a deep amount of personal and soul work, and that I'm kind of a blank slate in many ways. But that's some ways not enough. I'm cleaned out, I'm open, I'm excited about the new year, but there's another element of needing to relight and kindle that flame. And so my hope for each and every one of us this evening is a little bit of renewal as we enter this holiday, as we begin this year together. So I'd like to invite us to begin literally with that flame, lighting this new year brightly. So we'll continue with our candle blessing together.
Shanu b'mitzvotav, v'sivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Well, let's continue blessing this day of Shabbat with Ma Yafeh Hayom on page 10 of our prayer books.
Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat shalom, Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat
Page 7. Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished. Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what I know must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat, abide. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time, contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day, and let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world on this day of Shabbat. Abide.
Page 13. Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Hadash. Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Shemo. Basru miyom liyom, Yeshuato. Unto God, sing a song. Let the whole world sing along. voice. Let the whole earth rejoice, 'cause we're all just singing a new song. Shiru, Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Chadash. Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Shemo. Basru miyom liyom, Yeshuato. Unto God, sing a song. Let the whole world sing along. Raise your voice. Let the whole earth rejoice, 'cause we're all just singing a new song.
Well, we continue with a poem given to us by the Kabbalists of Tzfat. When they were celebrating Shabbat, they couldn't help but call to mind the joy of a wedding celebration. And so not in this moment, but when we get to the last verse of our prayer, I'm going to invite us to turn to the door through which we entered our sanctuary and to welcome the bride as if she were here on her wedding day. So not at this point, but when we get to that, I'll invite us to rise and to welcome Shabbat as if she were here celebrating with us today. Let's join together on page 20.
Shabbat nekabela, Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shemo tiferet v'letila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, kiva orechu mi ori, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Bo'i v'shalom ateret bala, Gam besimcha uvetzola, Toch emunei am segula. Bo'i chala, Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat
We join our voices together, a blessing by and for each and every one of us on page 28. Page 30. Let's join together. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach sha'arim, uvitbuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umisader et hakochavim, b'mishmeroteim berakia kirtzono, borei yom balayla, golel or mipnei choshech, b'choshech mipnei or, Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tzevaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, ha'ma'ariv, aravim.
This is an hour of change, and we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back or cross over? This is an hour of change, and we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back or cross over?
Page 32.
Ahavat olam beit Yisrael, amcha ahavta, amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot Shema Yisrael
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Baruch Shem
Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Please be seated.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha veshinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shokbecha uv'kumecha ug'shartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet.
There is a lot of speculation about what exactly came about to cause the holiday of Sukkot. A lot of different conversations, a lot of different journeys into history to try and put together what caused this particular holiday. And perhaps more than anything else, we have this image of us leaving Egypt, but traveling through the desert, and of course, setting up camp in different places. Today, we remind ourselves of those moments in journeying by creating a temporary structure. Reminding ourselves not only that we live in a world that is and can be fragile, reminding us not only that we live in a world where we are not just in this community, but part of a greater world around us, but also reminding us that no matter where we travel, no matter what the circumstances are of our journey, we can stop. Build a space that can be comforting, protecting. Home is available in any place along the journey. The melody for this Micha Mocha, for this Shabbat, is inspired by our holiday of Sukkot.
Micha Mocha bailim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot, Ol sefele, Malchutecha ra'uvanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe, Ze Eli anu ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed.
We continue to bless this home, this sacred space where we gather together under the talit of our sanctuary, simply to sing, to stop in the middle of the week and say, what a beautiful, beautiful world. Hashkivenu, page 42.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let שומרנו לחיים ופרוס עלינו סוכות שלומך השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו השכיבנו
Page 46. Please rise.
Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה הכל אתה, רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מחלקל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומדום אליו להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We continue silently through page 62. Please be seated. Well, on this Shabbat, Kol HaNeshama Shabbat, we are committed to bringing new things, trying to expand a little bit, creating in our hearts space for new rituals, new practices. Well, it turns out that there is actually a prayer for healing in our tradition that is older than the Mishaberach. We've had it in our practice for many, many years, the Mishaberach, but there is a blessing that comes to us actually directly from our Torah. Moses, in a moment where he is asking God for the healing power that he has seen so many times before, he calls up to God and he says, El na refanala. God, I am asking you quite simply, because I know that it is in your power, it's not in mine, to offer healing to someone that I love and care about. And so we are going to echo those words today. We have a different melody, a different prayer for us. The words are very simple. If you would like to follow along in the words, they're in the back of the prayer book, page 373. But before we offer those particular words, I want to give us an opportunity to call out those that are in need of healing. We know that there is healing, that healing comes from many different places. It comes from the strength of being with one another and from each of us offering comfort and support to people who are in need. Well, everyone who is here either in need of healing themselves or who is in a place of supporting someone else, I want you to feel like you can be carried a little bit this evening as well. That you are held in loving embrace. And so in a moment, I'm going to invite you to share the names of those that you're thinking of. My hope and invitation to you is to offer those names out loud so that we can all think of you in this moment. Together as one community, we hold in our hearts those who are in need of healing. And so we think together of Amalia and Cheryl Abiram, Harriet Ellis and Linda Fox, Elise Gordon and Judith Hardiker, Amy Hodis and Harriet Reed, Janet Schultz, Gloria Cohen, Robin Epstein and Hayward Ferguson, Jerry and Sally Hassan, Alex Hendefar, Lisa Morton, Helen Rakin, Gladys Rubin, Marion Sinta, and Gail Stillman. If you're joining us online, I invite you to share the names of those that you are thinking of in the chat at this time. And for those of us who are here in our sanctuary, I invite you to share the name that you are thinking of, the person that you are thinking of, as my eyes meet yours. Let's sing together, page 373. We continue on the bottom of page 282 with the words of Aleinu. Please rise in body or in spirit.
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך.
Einod milvado, Einod
milvado Adonai hu Elohim. Einod milvado, Einod milvado Adonai hu Elohim. Einod milvado, Einod milvado, Einod milvado Adonai hu Elohim. Einod. Einod milvado, Einod milvado Adonai hu Elohim. Try that with us. Einod milvado, Einod milvado Adonai hu Elohim. My God, you got it. Einod milvado, Einod milvado Adonai hu Elohim.
Please be seated. Well, we know that when death touches our lives, it shakes us. Despite knowing that death is coming, there is something that seems so deeply unnatural about it, and to our very foundations, we are moved. It's in moments like this that we need others to hold us, to steady us. And so each and every week we come together to stop and to say, even though we may have celebrations at other times in our week, this is a moment where I am simply hurting and remembering. And so we turn now to our mourner's Kaddish. I'd like to invite all of us to hold in our hearts each and every member of our community who has suffered a recent loss or carries the death of someone near to them in this moment. And so together, as we remember Patricia Workman, our hearts go out to Vicky and Seth, Emily and Michael and Alexander. As we remember Israel Jonathan Yost, our hearts go out to Hannah Finley and Cantor Marvin Finley. As we remember Mark Lowenstein, our hearts go out to Harry Lowenstein and Ava Lowenstein. And as we remember Jerry Yavitz, our hearts go out to Sandra. As we remember Thomas Silverston, our hearts go out to Elaine Silverston. As we remember Gerald Towner, our hearts go out to Jennifer Hirsch and Jerry Hirsch. As we remember Alan Engerman, our hearts go out to Jeff and to Laura Engerman, to Megan and to Max. And as we remember Doug Fagan, our hearts go out to Betsy and to Adam. As we remember Leonard Kiles, our hearts go out to Steve and Pam, to Linda and Joshua and Stellanova and Lily. As we remember Nell Moskowitz, our hearts go out to Rabbi Steve Moskowitz and Anna Moskowitz. And as we remember Shirley Locke, our hearts go out to Margaret Locke and Bill Geiser, Kevin and Emma, Sheila, Amitai, Evan, and Connor. This Shabbat, we additionally mark the yard site, the anniversary of the death of Alan Abramson, Maurice Edelman, Jesse Blatt, Ellie Brooks, Jean Butler, Molly Chudikoff, Cy Collins, Jess Cooperman, Ronald Decker, Esteli Eichler, Benet Faulkner, Claire Glow, Janet Gonchak, Manuel Gonzalez, Ralph Harris, Stephen Horowitz, Evelyn Hyman, Walter Kuttner, Morris Lubkin, Shirley Marks, Marion Martin, Boyce Miller, Marjorie Newman, Judith Rakoff, Rose Rudis, Muriel Shapiro, Florence Schuster, Jack Vault, David Udine, and Blanca Zimmerman. If you're joining us online, I invite you to share the names of those that you are thinking of in the chat at this time. And for those of us who are here in our sanctuary, I invite you to share the names of those that you are thinking of as my eyes meet yours. Now I'd like to invite all of us to rise together in love and in solidarity, to be together as one in this moment as we offer the words of the Mourner's Kaddish, which can be found on page 294 of our prayer books. Yitgadal v'yitgadash Shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divarach hirutei ve'amlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon Uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael, V'agala avizman kari v'imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba mebarach leolam omeo maya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei dekudusha barichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechamata, Damiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. V'aseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yishvei tevel, v'imru, Amen. It can be tremendously difficult to hold on to the memories and love of people in our lives, and so let this moment and this community be a space for you to bring them up with a smile, with sweetness. May their memories be a blessing. I invite us together to say, Amen. Well, please be seated. We have some announcements this Shabbat, and so I want to call up a member of our board of directors, Leah Gerber, to share with us some of the goings-on at Temple Israel for this coming week.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Tomorrow morning, please join Rabbi Fox for our weekly Torah study, which begins at 8:45 a.m. Simchat Torah begins Sunday evening. Join us for our community celebration at 5 p.m. Sing and dance with the Torah and help us unroll the Torah around our sanctuary as Rabbi Fox shows us the highlights throughout the scroll. Simchat Torah continues Monday morning, October 17th at 10:30 a.m. with festival services followed by a Kiddush reception. Yizkor will be observed during the service. Our Joys of Jewish Learning program has many offerings this week. So look to see if there's something of interest to you in our JJL catalog, available in the lobby and online. Our regular programming continues. Our Tanakh study group, which meets every Thursday at 10:15 a.m. If you would like to participate, contact Martin Koresh. Our men's minyan discussion group is back to meeting in the building. Join with this group every Tuesday at 9 a.m. for a short morning service in the sanctuary, followed at 9:30 a.m. for a group discussion. Contact Ellen Lillian if you're interested. Please continue to bring non-perishable food items for our Rick Fallick Memorial High Holiday Days food drive, continuing through the Monday of Simchat Torah. If you ever have a question about how to attend one of our classes and programs, look for our emails or call the temple office, and our staff is happy to help you. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Leah. Thank you very much. We have a tremendous amount of things going on, and I will just mention, if I can highlight one, Simchat Torah I think is going to be a lot of fun. We were putting the outline together and thinking about all the different things, and this whole sanctuary is going to be packed with people running around. If you have not had the chance to hold a Torah, dance with a Torah, this is your chance. I know that probably most people are like, gosh, bucket list, the one thing I haven't done, or Hel Yad, probably. That's probably.
A Rimon.
Or a Rimon, right. But it's a lot of fun. It's really just a celebration, it's a party. So come join us. It'll be Sunday night, Sunday at 4.
Well, the 4 to 5:30, 4 to 5 are the kids.
Right,
But
thank you.
5 o'clock is for the rest of the community.
For those of us who don't get to enroll in Torah
Right.
Center.
If you're not in grades preschool
those of us-
through 7, then
Right, for those of us, who are, yeah.
older than that. Right.
Right,
Actual
exactly. Yeah.
chronological age, then you show up at 5.
Right. Well, we have a closing song for us, but in order for us to do this song, it's actually, I looked it up, it's not possible to do this song without putting our arms around each other. So I want to invite, for anyone who is comfortable, for those who do not want to, please do not feel the need to. We will, someone will keep us yotze, as they say, but I want to invite us to place our arms on one another. If you want, please rise. Let's sing together as we close out our holiday, the beginning of our holiday this Shabbat. O Javo, if you like the words, page 353, but it repeats, you'll get it.
Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam. Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam. Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu, Ojavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam.
Before we continue with our Kiddush, before we continue with our Challah, I have to say a special thank you to Bill Shafton for your music, both on page and from guitar, your gift of your music, your leadership, your soul. Daniel
Smith.
Thank you so much. Daniel Smith, thank you so much for your music, for your presence, for all of those notes that carried us from one
really nice.
one verse to the next. Thank you, Daniel. And a special thank you to Paul Levitt in the back, who helped all of us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Yasher Koach, to Paul. Well, let's continue with a little bit of sweetness for this evening. That's the question. It's always a little bit of roulette, whether it's going to be the kind that I like or the kind that Cantor likes. Yeah. Can I help? Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, beratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho, b'ahava uratzon inchilanu. Zikaron lema'aseh bereshit, ki hu yom techila lemikrai kodesh, zecher letziat Mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta, yotanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim. Shabbat kodshecha, ve'ahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh hashabbat l'chaim. L'chaim. You should have had that one.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, let's see what kind of, wow, that's a beautiful challah. I was going to make a joke about which challah, but that's a beautiful challah.
You can take one finger and touch the person next to you and try and make a chain so that you're eventually touching someone who's touching someone who's touching someone who's touching someone who's touching the challah.
Hands. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, we did it. Human chain.
Yes.
Baruch
atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz, b'tei avon.
B'tei avon.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom. That was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Daniel, thank you.
I'm going to put this down.
Okay.
is it all the way over here? So Eric called after lunch. Said, how do we do a cello?
Oh, I know this one.
Well, at first I was going to just try to do it from the back. I go, no, just bring the board out.
Right, well, it came in handy. I don't know, but this is so during the holidays too. It's cut out. You know, and you're
I would say that